Alex Thorne's worn gloves gripped the handle of his plasma wrench as he trudged through the dusty streets of Dusthaven Outpost. The remote colony on Epsilon Prime was a forgotten speck in the galaxy, a harsh world of endless red sands and towering rock formations that baked under twin suns. Heat waves shimmered off the ground, making his lean frame sweat beneath his faded mechanic's overalls. Another shift done, another meager credit transfer to his account. The only gig a human like him could scrape together in this forsaken dust bowl. Eviction notice pending. Thorne. Pay up or pack up. The automated message from his Habitat Pods management had pinged that morning, its robotic voice echoing in his skull. 4 years on this rock, fixing busted mining rigs for alien overlords, and he was still one faulty repair away from sleeping in the dunes. The intricate scars on his hands, souvenirs from a botched smuggling run back on Earth, itched with irritation. One good payout, he grumbled to himself. That's all I need to get off this heap. The Zorath mining consortium that employed him had dangled a bonus for overhauling their deep core drillers. Bonus meant fuel for his junk shuttle, meant settling his debts, meant a shot at something better. All he had to do was navigate the outpost's treacherous back paths without getting jumped by sand raiders or sighted by the colonial enforcers. Easy enough. Alex veered into a narrow canyon alley between massive sandstone spires, dodging the bustling main drags where Zorath patrols hovered on anti-grav sleds. The alien structures rose like jagged teeth, all curved arches and heat-resistant alloys that defied human engineering. This wasn't his planet. Never would be. A pack of scaly Draken locals, known for their volatile moods, loitered at the next bend. Alex melted into the shadow of a discarded cart, holding his breath until they slithered away. The toolkit slung over his shoulder felt like an anchor. He didn't question what the consortium mined down their courier rule number 1 from his old days. Don't ask, just fix. When the coast cleared, Alex pressed on through the winding canyons. His destination was the outer repair bay, a derelict hangar on the edge of the outpost. Prime spot for discreet work, few eyes watching. He was crossing a barren gulch when he spotted it, or rather her. At first, he dismissed it as a heat mirage. The gulch was empty save for a weathered stone obelisk jutting from the sand like a forgotten monument. But as he neared, he saw a figure lashed to it. A female form slumped against the rough surface, bound with rusted chain links. Her skin was a vibrant purple that gleamed subtly under the harsh sunlight. Her ebony hair cascaded in matted waves, hiding part of her face. She wore nothing but a frayed loincloth, her body exposed to the blistering elements. "What in a void?" Alex whispered, his repair job forgotten for a heartbeat. Closer now, he saw the makeshift plaque dangling from her neck. Harsh Zorath glyphs scrawled above, with a crude human translation etched below, "Claim as desired." Alex's gut twisted. He'd witnessed the galaxy's ugliness, smuggling gone wrong, colonies raised, but this hit different. The purple-skinned girl stirred, lifting her head. Her eyes, swirling with golden flecks like molten stars, widened in terror at his approach. Bruises bloomed across her lithe purple form, and crusted wounds dotted her limbs and sides. "Hey, easy there," Alex said gently, palms up. "Not here to harm you." She recoiled, flattening against the obelisk. Up close, her alien features were clear, elongated ears with subtle ridges, and faint iridescent veins tracing her skin like embedded circuits. Alex scanned the gulch, still deserted, but that wouldn't last. He had a bonus to earn, a life to salvage. This wasn't his fight, but watching her shake, something cracked in his resolve. He'd turned blind eyes before, during his smuggling days, and it haunted him. "Screw it," he muttered, fumbling with the chains. They were basic mechanical binds, no fancy locks. Seconds later, they clattered free. She crumpled forward, too frail to stand. Alex caught her, startled by her feather lightweight. He stripped off his overall's outer layer, draping it over her to shield her skin. The toolkit could wait. "Who did this?" he asked softly, doubting she'd comprehend. To his shock, she replied in broken galacticommon. "Penalty, Forbidden Alliance, outcast." Her voice was faint, each syllable a struggle. "Who?" Alex urged, fury rising. My tribe, she breathed, before her eyes fluttered shut, body going limp against him. Alex swore quietly. The toolkit pressed against his side, a nagging reminder. But leaving her? No. Hoisting her into his arms, he set off. The repair would wait. Some lines he didn't cross, even if it cost everything. Alex's habitat pod was a cramped metal box, barely fit for one, let alone company. The single chamber held a fold-out bunk, a nutrient dispenser, and a sonic cleanser behind a flimsy partition. It felt suffocating as he eased the unconscious alien girl onto the bunk. What am I thinking? He muttered, raking fingers through his tousled brown hair. The consortium's deadline loomed, and they didn't tolerate delays. But her wounds came first. Alex fetched a damp cloth from the dispenser, gingerly wiping away sand and blood from her purple skin. Her breathing was ragged, but even. Studying her, he noted her ethereal beauty despite the alien traits, the graceful arch of her neck, the iridescent veins that shimmered like hidden galaxies. An hour passed before her golden-flecked eyes opened, locking on him with instant wariness. Sure you're safe? Alex soothed, stepping back. She bolted upright, grimacing, clutching his overalls tighter. Her gaze swept the pod before returning to him. Why? She asked, her comment stronger but wary. Alex shrugged. Couldn't walk away. Others did, she said flatly. The words lingered, heavy with accusation. Alex's anger flared at the indifference she'd endured. I'm Alex, he offered, shifting gears. You? She paused. Lira, he echoed. Hungry. Her eyes lit up with surprise, nodding. Alex programmed the dispenser for basic rations, protein bars, and hydrogel. Standard slop for outpost dwellers. Lira nibbled tentatively, then devoured it. Your tribe? Alex probed as she finished. Why this punishment? Lira's iridescent veins faded. I shared words with an outsider without ritual approval. Forbidden. For talking. Alex balked. More, Lira confessed, her purple skin tinting deeper. We exchanged glances, a brush of auras. Alex grappled with a society where eye contact warranted torture. And they cast you out for that. The Zorath value purity, she explained. I am now Shadra, clanless, unprotected, open to all. Not on my watch, Alex said resolutely. Not here. Lyra's starry eyes probe his. Why shield me? I mean nothing. Because it's right, Alex replied. Yet deeper stirrings emerged, a spark he couldn't name. His comm unit buzzed harshly. Alex excused himself to the cleanser nook. The hologram of Kraz, his Draken supervisor, materialized, fangs bared. Where's my drill fix, Thorne? Delay, Alex steadied. Need extra time. 1 hour, Kraz snarled. I dock your bonus, and more. The feed cut. Alex leaned on the wall, exhaling. 1 hour to deliver or face ruin worse than eviction. Emerging, he found Lira by the pod's viewport, staring at the swirling sandstorms. His overalls slipped, revealing the elegant lines of her back and the iridescent veins pulsing along her spine. Gotta head out, he said regretfully. Job's critical. Lira faced him. Your toolkit. Vital for survival. Keeps me afloat, Alex admitted. Back soon. Stay hidden. As he grabbed the kit, Lira approached. Her nearness sparked an electric hum. You hazard much for an unknown, she whispered, her hand hovering before grazing his arm. Alex felt a warm tingle at the contact. Her iridescent veins glowed brighter, syncing with an inner rhythm he sensed as her pulse. In my ways, Lira murmured, a rescue binds souls. You freed me. I owe you. I don't seek debts, Alex rasped. You're free. Freedom chooses its ties, Lira countered. Her face neared, features both foreign and captivating. Alex felt an inexplicable draw, primal and profound. Reluctantly, he withdrew. 1 hour, then back. As he left, Lyra's gaze followed, heavy with promise. Whatever brewed between them paused for now. The repair went off without hitches, suspiciously so. Kraz grunted approval, transferred the bonus, and waved him off sans threats. Off kilter, but Alex didn't pry. Priority. Return to Lira. Sand whipped through Dust Haven's canyons as Alex hurried back, the twin suns dipping low. Night brought out the outpost's predators. He palmed the stun rod in his belt, a black market holdover from smuggling days, banned for humans here. Reaching his pod block, he bounded up the ramp. Bonus credits hummed in his account. Enough for rent, supplies for Lira. Lira, he called, entering. I'm. Silence. Tension spiked as he spotted her on the bunk, curled tight, shuddering despite the pod's heat. Her iridescent veins flickered wildly, purple skin paling to lavender. Lira. Alex knelt, hand to her brow, scorching. What's happening? Her eyes cracked open, starry depths dulled by agony. Alex, inner fire. Examining, he saw wounds swollen violet, black tendrils spidering out. Infection, severe. Hold on, he urged, masking fear. Getting aid. Lira gripped him fiercely. No medics, they'll alert. Your Shadra. Alex pressed. Need treatment. Zorath physiology unique, she gasped. Human drugs, lethal. Alex cursed. True, cross-species meds risked fatality. He needed a Xenotech expert, discreet. Mira Voss, he recalled. A human engineer running an underground workshop, patching alien tech and biology for off-grid types. He'd smuggled parts to her once. I know someone, he told Lira. Can you move? She tried rising, collapsed with a cry. Veins dimmed alarmingly. Carrying you, Alex resolved, bundling her in a thermal sheet, lifting her. Her head lolled on his shoulder as he carried her into the night. Despite the crisis, her form against him stirred awareness, a bond beyond circumstance. Stay awake, he whispered as her lids drooped. The trek to Voss's workshop plunged them into Dust Haven's underbelly. Alex stuck to ravines, evading patrols. Lira worsened, breath shallow. At last, a concealed hatch in a canyon wall. Alex rapped the code. 4 quick, 2 slow. The hatch hissed open, revealing a stout woman with augmented arms whirring softly. Thorne. Mira Voss blinked. This better be. She needs help. Alex barged in, laying Lira on a workbench amid tools and scanners. Voss's augments scanned Lira. Zorath female. Rare sight outside their hives. What happened? Found her chained in a gulch. Alex skimmed. Exiled by her tribe. Voss whistled. Shadra's status. Brutal. She inspected wounds. These are ritual incisions. Zorath marked their outcasts visibly. Can you fix her? Alex demanded. Handled Zorath before, Voss affirmed. Sparse, but enough. She prepped a hypo. This counters their toxins. Toxins? Alex echoed. Poison-laced cuts, Voss grim. Standard for Shadra. Prolonged suffering before death. Alex's rage boiled. They wanted her dead. Slowly, Voss confirmed. As Voss treated, Alex held Lira's hand. Her skin cooled, veins stabilizing in a soothing pulse. Your scars, Lira mumbled, half-conscious, fingering one on his hand. They speak of trials. Old smuggling wounds, Alex murmured. Her touch lingered, sparking tingles. In my tribe, only survivors were such. Was a pilot once, Alex shared. Risky runs. Lira's eyes held admiration. A survivor with heart. My kin scorn such duality. Voss coughed from across. She rests here tonight. Serum needs time. Alex nodded, staying put. Lira's hand stayed in his, contact deepening their unspoken link. Voss retreated. Lira's veins glowed contentedly. In the workshop's hum, Alex sensed a shift. This purple alien had revived something buried. Hope, connection, in his jaded soul. Her gaze confirmed reciprocity. Alex stirred a soft weight on his chest. He dozed in the chair by Lira's side, hands linked. Overnight, she nestled closer, head on him, ebony hair fanned over his arm. Workshop lights haloed her purple skin, veins pulsing steadily. Serum succeeded. Fever gone, wounds mending. Alex tucked a lock behind her ear, struck by her tranquil strength. Sensing him, Lira's starry eyes opened. Confusion faded to warmth. You remained. Wouldn't leave, Alex whispered. Faces close, her breath mingled with his. Veins quickened, signaling emotion. In my traditions, Lira said, watching over the ill binds deeply. Just common kindness, Alex smiled. Lyra's fingers mapped his face. Human's intrigue, fierce yet gentle. Her touch electrified, bond intensified, unforeseen. Feeling better? He asked, distracted. Revitalized, she replied. Veins flared, illuminating walls. Voss entered, expression dire. Pack up. Now. What? Alex tensed. Alert pinged, Voss said. Zorath hunters offering bounties for Shadra tips. You wouldn't. Alex reached for his stun rod. Didn't, Voss snapped. But my helper saw you. Sent a signal before I caught him. Jax. Alex recalled the twitchy assistant. Voss nodded. Locked away but too late. They'll swarm soon. Alex steadied Lira. She wobbled but stood. Clothes for her. Alex said, Lira still sheet-wrapped. Voss fetched a tech suit. Oversized but functional. As Lira changed, Voss pulled Alex aside. Human refuge in the deep canyons. Beyond Zorath reach. The haven, Alex knew whispers of it. Human holdout in old dig sites. Seek Commander Reyes, Voss urged, handing a data slug. My vouch. Tell her I sent you. Lira emerged, suit baggy but graceful on her. You look steadier, Alex encouraged. Stronger, she affirmed, eyes intense. Veins pulse gratitude, and more. Voss passed a med pack. Final dose in 12 hours. Through a back hatch into pre-dawn chill. Deep canyons northeast, 15 clicks. Avoid paths. Alex clasped Voss's arm. Dead. Survive, Voss gruffed. Slipping out, Lyra's hand found Alex's. Warmth surged, affirming their budding tie. They darted through industrial ravines, pre-dawn quiet cloaking them. Even night prowlers hunkered. Your engineer braved much, Lira noted in a narrow pass. Humans do that, Alex said. Best of us. Lyra's veins flickered. My tribe prizes collective over self. Individual erased. Sounds isolating, Alex remarked. She conceded softly. Until you. Pausing at a fork, they checked for drones before advancing. Exertion flushed Lyra's purple deeper, enhancing her allure. Rest soon, Alex suggested, noting her breaths. I endure, Lira insisted, eyes determined. Your worry touches but unneeded. Yet fatigue showed. Shelter vital before pushing to haven. Turning a bend, Lira shoved them into a crevice, bodies pressed. Electric thrill coursed. Hunters, she hissed, breath on his ear. Through slits, a Zorath skimmer glided by, scanner sweeping. In the tight space, Alex felt every contour. Her chest to his, warmth on neck, hands on arms trembling slightly. Her veins raced, sinking her heart's thrum. Glow intensified at contacts. Your pulse quickens, Lira whispered, studying him. Not fear, Alex admitted huskily. Awareness sparked in her. Veins flared, bluing their faces. Attraction crosses stars, she marveled softly. Skimmer passed. They lingered, moment charged. Move on, Alex said reluctantly, body resisting. Lira agreed, stepping back. Haven calls. Journeying through stirring outpost, their bond grew with glances, touches. Whatever awaited, change was irrevocable. Deep canyon sprawled, maze of eroded chasms and derelict mines under twin suns. Near, Alex checked an AV slug. Haven beyond that cliff. Lira eyed barren vista. Humans choose this freely. Liberty's cost, Alex quoted. Better free in dust than chained in luxury. Odd wisdom. Lira mused, veins thoughtful. Zorath trade freedom for safety. Explained your path with me. Alex smiled lightly. Night's trials fortified their link. Shared perils, cares built indefinable value. Nearing cliff, Alex spotted glints, sniper lenses. Halt, he warned, hand on her arm. State purpose, voice boomed from hidden spot. Alex Thorne, Mira Voss sent us. Seek Commander Reyes. Silence. Then a figure emerged, sturdy man with sun-leathered skin, buzzed head. Rifle slung, eyes appraising, lingering on Lyra's purple. I'm Reyes, he rumbled, command evident. Voss omitted the Zorath. She needs refuge, Alex said, offering slug. Shadra, hunted by her own. Reyes slotted slug into gauntlet reader. Face neutral reviewing. Voss vouches. Means wait. But her? Trouble brews. No other haven, Alex insisted. Zorath enforcers pursue. Reyes sighed, lowering rifle. Follow. Assembly decides. Led through camouflaged fissure into vast underground network. Mines repurposed. Domiciles in rock. Grovats lit artificial. Barter stalls humming. Lira marveled. So many humans unbound. 400 strong. Reyes proud. Began ex-smugglers rejecting alien yokes. Now, techs, growers, all self-reliant. Traversing, stairs followed, curious to hostile. They dread me, Lira quiet. Dread reprisal if found, Alex clarified. Reyes ushered to Grand Cavern, 7 seated at Arc table. Assembly, Alex guessed. Commander Reyes, central woman, stern with braided hair. Explain. Voss referral, Reyes pass slug. Zorath is Shadra. Both hunted. Assembly traded looks, reviewing. Whispers. Hazard example backlash. Woman addressed. I'm Chairwoman Hale. Assembly rules haven. Your arrival complicates. Temporary asylum. Alex pled. Days to strategize. Human stays, man declared. Zorath leaves. Can't chance Zorath raids. Lira advanced, veins resolute. I grasp fears. My stay risks you. I'll depart. No, Alex firm. Together. Cavern erupted debate. Some railed danger. Others urged mercy. Heated till Hale silenced. Needs deliberation, she decreed. Confined to guest bay, under watch. Escorted to rock-hewn cell. Lyra's hand and Alex's conveyed volumes. Thanks, anxiety, deeper, unnamed. Quarters sparse. Essentials, single bunk. Guards outside, clarified status. Shouldn't have tied your fate, Lira said alone. Not ditching you. Alex emotive. Lira neared, starry eyes probing. Such devotion, clan only in my ways. Yet to alien stranger. Not stranger now, Alex soft. Her veins brightened, pulsing with heartbeat. In Zorath writes, Lira whispered, intimacy post-ceremony only. My forbidden aura brush earned torment. Alex still as her hand traced jaw. But Shadra unbound, she husky, spines tingling. Air electric as Lira closed, veins blazing. Your mercy rescued. Strength guarded. Touch. Fingers down neck to heart. Alex's control shattered. Drew her in, hand in hair, lips meeting. Warm surge amplified by her glowing veins at touches. Each caress, kiss deep in tie, beyond physical to profound. In cell sanctuary, amid potential rejection, they found liberty defying species, cultures. As explored, Lyra's veins wove private nebula charting union. From gulch encounter to unimaginable. Alex roused to murmurs outside. Lira nestled, veins soft glowing on shared bunk. Night altered them fundamentally, bond via vulnerability, passion transcending species. Easing free, he listened at door. Landed hour back, Reyes' voice. Earth Alliance envoy. Worst timing, Hale gruff. With Zorath here. That's key, Reyes cut. Here, for human Zorath, Pax. Alex tensed, shook Lira awake. Her eyes warmed on him. Something stirs, he quiet. Earth diplomats arrived. Lira rose, veins alert. Complicates. Knock. Reyes entered, tense. Assembly decided. Join session. Eyes noted disarray, brow arched. Tidy up. Reyes gone. They prepped silent, air charged. Brushes, glances flared Lyra's veins. In my lore, Lira said as Alex adjusted suit. Union reshapes essence. In humans, he's soft. It forges lasting. Knock interrupted. Escort to chamber. Chamber buzzed. Table expanded for 3 suited diplomats. Hale gestured. These are they. Elegant man with salt pepper hair stood. Ambassador Marcus Hale. No relation, he joked. Eyes assessed. Your case opportune. Opportune. Alex wary. Hale nodded. Negotiating Zorath council months for better human terms. Your story pivotal. Lyra's veins dimmed. Shadra. Council ignores. Not so. Aid interjected, screens floating. Intel shows your exile stirred reformists. Question punishment. Alex protective nearer Lira. Proposing what? Hail neutral. Lira testifies joint panel on treatment. AIDS reform straining ties. Political pawn. Alex angry. Restore status. Advance humans. Hail corrected. Zorath consider lifting Shadra for trade concessions. Lira's eyes widened. Restore clan. Hail confirmed. With limits. Alex to Lira. Want return. Question waited. Night shared. Bond. Future unimagined. Lira's veins fluxed. Unsure. Yesterday, yes. Now, eyes met. Veins bright at touch. Alternative. Hail noted interaction. Pushing exchange. Lira asylum as liaison. Meaning, Alex pressed. Stay human zones, including here, if approved, limited tribe contact. Not restored, but not Shadra. Hail cleared throat. Assembly offers sanctuary both, diplomacy aside. We protect ours. Murmur approval. Zorath arrived tomorrow. Hail said. Decide by then. New quarters larger. Comfy. Acknowledgement shift. Alone. Lira at viewport, overlooking haven bustle. Humans amaze. Independent yet united. Alex joined. Our strength. Stubborn alone. Solid together. Lira faced. Eyes searching. Night transformed me. Union alters core. Alex traced veins, brightening. Me too. If stay, Lira whisper. Then, navigate together. Alex simple. Day by day. Lira's veins, joy pulsed. Leaned in, forehead to chest. Punishment men end. Became start. Stood, veins mapping futures from Gulch Mercy. Tomorrow decisions. Tonight, rare treasure. Connection defying worlds. Dawn gilded canyons. Alex at window watched Zorath shuttles land beside Earth once. Day decisive. Lira emerged bathed, ebony hair wet, purple glowing. Tailored suit fit her grace. Decided. Alex soft. Lira viewed activity. Yes. No direct meet. Alex searched face. Sure? Chance to reclaim. What reclaim? Lira bitter. To tribe chaining for aura glance. Shook head, veins determined. Found better. Hand in his, veins cascaded light. Ambassador wants testimony. Alex reminded. Shall give, recorded. For others' sake. Reyes knocked, escorted. Meeting underway. Chamber packed. Diplomats. Zorath in ornate scales. Hale approached. Decision. Lira tall. Testimony recorded. No delegation appearance. Hale nodded. Future. Asylum request. Lira firm. Remain haven. Murmur. Zorath delegate. Male with gilded crests. Forward. Irregular. Shadra don't choose. Perhaps rethink practice. Hale countered. Exiles finding mercy elsewhere flaws system. Delegate crests bristled. Punish per laws. Forbidden aura violated sanctity. Aura. Alex burst. Chain. Poison for glance. Silence. Lira squeezed warning. Hale seized. Cultural gap for exchange. Barbaric to us. Traditional to you. Fine middle. Hours negotiated. Alex Lira sidelined. Lira recorded calm account. Shaking humans. Midday packed. Lira asylum. Liaison. Zorath allow human hub. Cooperation step. Delegates departed. Gilded Zorath male neared Lira. Resemblance. Same ridges, though aged rigidly. You disgrace line. Native tongue. Lira's standard clear. Disgrace with torturers of kin. Crest flat. He left wordless. Your father? Alex asked alone. Lira nodded. Veins sagged him. Patriarch. Sentence me. Alex embraced. Sorry. Don't. Veins brightening. Suffering forges fate. Led here. Weeks brought flux. Lira's asylum sparked Zorath dissidents seeking human aid. Trickle to flow. Alex Lira permanent home. Rock abode viewing haven distant outpost. Alex joined engineering crew. Skills purposeful. Lira interpreter. Aiding new Zorath. Teaching humans customs. 6 months on. Balcony sunset bathe canyons amber gold. Message today, Lira said. Eyes reflecting. Reform faction and tribe. Challenge Shadra. Seek change. You're doing. Alex proud. Ours, corrected, facing. Veins evolved, blending Alex's scar patterns, symbol fusion. Glad took that shift, Alex admitted. Lira laughed freely now. Cosmos weaves oddly. Inside, intimacy once forbidden, bond strengthened daily. Entwined later, Lira traced scars. Souls entwined eras, murmured. Or luck, Alex smiled, kissing palm. Luck, Lira thoughtful, eyes gleaming. Human gift, I cherish. Outside, haven lights starry. Within, human Zorath bridge from gulch compassion. Exile foundation for understanding. Mercy gave home, purpose, love beyond species. Greatest tales from simple acts. Aiding need, defying instinct. 1 year had passed since Lira's historic asylum had ignited a cascade of events across the galaxy, transforming the once isolated haven into a thriving hub of interspecies cooperation. The deep canyons of Epsilon Prime, with their labyrinthine red rock formations etched by millennia of relentless sandstorms, now sheltered not just humans, but a growing community of Zorath dissidents. These purple-skinned refugees, marked by their iridescent veins and starry golden-flecked eyes, have fled the rigid hierarchies of their homeworld, drawn by tales of Lyra's defiance and the human compassion that had saved her. The twin suns beat down mercilessly during the day, casting long shadows that danced like specters across the canyon floors, while nights brought a chilling wind that whispered secrets through the repurposed mining tunnels. Alex Thorne and Lira had carved out a life that felt remarkably ordinary amid the chaos, a testament to their unbreakable bond. Alex, with his lean frame hardened by years of smuggling and now engineering work, had risen to lead the Haven's defense tech team. His tousled brown hair was often dusted with red sand from field tests, and his scarred hands, souvenirs from botched runs and recent skirmishes, moved with precise confidence as he retrofitted old mining drones into automated sentries. The assembly had grown increasingly vigilant. Rumors of Zorath radical factions plotting retribution swirled like the ever-present dust devils. Alex's days were filled with blueprints, welding torches, and strategy sessions, but his nights belonged to Lira. Lira, the once exiled Shadra, had blossomed in her role as cultural liaison. Her ebony hair, now grown to her waist and often woven into intricate braids adorned with human trinkets like metallic beads from salvage tech, framed her vibrant purple face. Her iridescent veins, which pulsed with emotions like living light shows, had become a symbol of hope for the new arrivals. She spent her hours mediating disputes, explaining Zorath aura-sharing rituals to baffled human farmers, or teaching Zorath exiles the nuances of human humor to ease tensions in the communal hydroponic gardens. Her golden-flecked eyes, deep as nebulae, held a wisdom forged in suffering, and her lithe form moved with a grace that turned heads in the bustling tunnels. Yet, beneath the surface of this newfound stability, cracks were forming. That fateful morning, as the first sun crested the jagged canyon rims, bathing the haven in a crimson glow, Alex stirred in their shared bed. The rock-hewn quarters they called home were modest but cozy, walls carved from sandstone, illuminated by soft bioluminescent strips Lira had cultivated from Zorath flora, a small alcove for their nutrient synthesizer, and a balcony overlooking the central cavern where the community gathered. The air hummed with the distant clank of machinery and the murmur of voices echoing through the vents. Lira wasn't beside him. Alex sat up, rubbing sleep from his eyes, and spotted her silhouette on the balcony. She stood motionless, gazing toward the distant twinkling lights of Dust Haven Outpost, where their story had begun in that forsaken gulch. Her purple skin shimmered faintly in the dawn light, her veins pulsing in a slow, contemplative rhythm. Alex padded over, his bare feet silent on the cool stone floor, and wrapped his arms around her waist from behind. The contact sent a familiar warmth through them both, her veins brightening at his touch, a physical echo of their deep connection. "Another message?" he asked softly, his breath stirring the loose strands of her hair. He could feel the subtle vibration of her veins against his chest, a Zorath trait that conveyed emotions more vividly than words. "Yes," Lyra replied, her voice a melodic whisper tinged with concern. She leaned back into his embrace, her head resting against his shoulder. From the reformist faction in my former tribe. They've made significant gains. The High Council is finally debating the abolition of the Shadra practice in full session. Petitions from dissidents like me have flooded their chambers. But the radicals, they oppose it with fervor. They view it as a betrayal of our ancestral purity, a weakening that invites human corruption. Alex pressed a gentle kiss to her temple, his scarred fingers tracing idle patterns on her waist. The touch elicited a soft glow from her veins, spreading like ripples in a pond. Progress is always messy, he said, drawing from his own experiences of smuggling deals gone awry and narrow escapes. Look at us. We're living proof that change can come from the unlikeliest places. A year ago, you were chained in that gulch, and I was just a washed-up pilot scraping by. Now, we're at the heart of a movement. Lyra turned in his arms, her starry eyes meeting his with a mixture of affection and uncertainty. The golden flecks within them seemed to swirl like distant galaxies, reflecting the depth of her thoughts. And you, Alex? Do you ever regret this path? The dangers we've faced, the ones still looming. You could have left this all behind, found a quiet corner of the galaxy. He chuckled softly, pulling her closer until their foreheads touched. Regrets? None. This life with you, it's more than I ever imagined. The smuggling days were empty thrills. This has purpose. His voice grew huskier as memories of their intimate moments flooded back. Over the months, their physical connection had evolved from the initial passionate explorations in that guarded cell to a profound intimacy that blended their essences. Nights in their quarters were sacred. Slow undressings where he traced her iridescent veins with reverent fingers, watching them flare in response. Her hands mapping his scars as if committing his history to memory. Bodies entwining in rhythms that transcended species, her glow illuminating their shared ecstasy like a private aurora. A sharp, insistent ping from the comm unit shattered the moment. Alex reluctantly released her, striding to the console embedded in the wall. The holographic display flickered to life, projecting Commander Reyes' stern face. His sun-leathered skin and buzzed head were as imposing as ever, his eyes sharp with urgency. Thorne, Lyra, report to the assembly chamber immediately. We got an urgent briefing. Bring your gear. This isn't a social call. Lyra's veins dimmed slightly, a visual cue of her unease. Trouble. Always, Alex replied with a wry smile, grabbing his tech suit and stun rod from the alcove. As they dressed, Lyra slipping into her tailored liaison garb that accentuated her graceful form. They shared a lingering glance, their bond a silent promise of solidarity. The assembly chamber was a cavernous space deep in the heart of the haven, its walls reinforced with alloy plating scavenged from old mining rigs. The arc-shaped table at the center was surrounded by holographic displays flickering with data streams, and the air buzzed with tense conversations. Chairwoman Hale stood at the head, her braided hair streaked with gray from years of leadership, flanked by Ambassador Marcus Hale, still quick with his no-relation quip, and a cluster of Earth Alliance officials projected via hologram. Scattered around were new faces, a delegation of Zorath dissidents, their purple skins bearing faded ritual scars reminiscent of Lyra's own healed wounds, their veins pulsing in anxious patterns. Gulch Warehouse, guarded by Zorath enforcers posing as relic merchants. If you're smart, stay clear. They're jumpy as sand vipers. Lyra, her disguise holding firm, exchanged a glance with Alex. Her projected human eyes couldn't convey the full depth of her concern, but he read it in her posture. We need to verify this, she murmured as Skull departed. Night descended swiftly, the twin suns plunging behind the horizon and plunging the outpost into a neon-lit twilight. The bazaar transformed. Daytime traders gave way to nocturnal dealers, shadows lengthening under glowing signs. Alex and Lyra slipped away from their stall, weaving through back alleys where the sand whispered underfoot. The air cooled, carrying the metallic tang of machinery and the faint, acrid scent of illicit chems. Lyra's innate Zorath senses proved invaluable. Even disguised, she could detect faint aura traces, ethereal energy signatures left by her kin. "They are close," she whispered, her hand brushing Alex's in the darkness, sending a subtle tingle that reminded him of their first touches. "I sense multiple auras, agitated and concealed." The warehouse emerged from the gloom, a hulking, rusted metal structure half buried in drifting dunes, its doors guarded by cloaked figures. The Zorath enforcers' crested heads were hidden under hoods, but their postures betrayed them, rigid, vigilant. Alex and Lira scaled a nearby ridge, deploying a compact scanner drone from their pack. The device hummed softly, hovering into position and beaming back thermal images. Crates stamped with intricate Zorath glyphs, but the scans revealed hot spots. Energy signatures from concealed blasters, detonators, and plasma grenades. "Enough ordnance to level half the haven," Alex muttered, his voice low. The implications hit hard. This wasn't just a smuggling op. It was preparation for a full-scale assault. Before they could withdraw, a guard's keen senses picked up the drone's faint whine. A shout echoed. "Intruders! Scan the ridge." Blaster fire erupted, crimson bolts slicing the night air. One grazed Alex's arm, searing through his suit and biting into flesh. Pain lanced through him, but he bit it down, grabbing Lyra's hand. "Run!" They scrambled down the ridge, sand cascading in their wake. The enforcers gave chase, their auras flaring visibly now, angry red pulses betraying their positions. Alex fired back with his stun rod, the disruptor mod crackling as it felled one pursuer in a spasm of overloaded nerves. Lira moved with fluid agility, dodging bolts and using her knowledge of Zorath tactics to predict their movements. They dove into a narrow ravine, the walls closing in like a trap. Breath ragged, they pressed into a hidden crevice, bodies flush against each other in the confined space. Lyra's disguise flickered under the stress, patches of purple skin and glowing veins peeking through. Their hearts pounded in unison, the adrenaline sharpening every sensation. The warmth of her breath on his neck, the press of her chest against his, the subtle tremble in her hands gripping his arms. "Are you injured?" she whispered urgently, her fingers probing the burn on his arm. Blood seeped through the fabric, but her touch brought immediate relief. A Zorath healing aura seeping from her veins, knitting the wound with gentle warmth. "Just a scratch," Alex grunted, though the pain throbbed. In the haze of danger, their eyes locked, and the world narrowed to just them. He cupped her face, pulling her into a fierce kiss. It deepened instantly, tongues dancing, hands roaming with desperate need. Her veins blazed through the failing disguise, illuminating the crevice in waves of iridescent light. The kiss was a lifeline, reaffirming their bond amid the chaos. Passion born from survival, love tempered by fire. The patrols thundered past, their shouts fading into the distance. They broke apart reluctantly, breaths mingling. "We have to get this intel back," Alex said, his voice rough with emotion. Racing to their shuttle under cover of darkness, they transmitted the data en route: warehouse coordinates, shipment details, enforcer counts. But as the engines roared to life, a Zorath interceptor decloaked overhead, its weapons locking on. "Surrender the Shadra traitor," a voice boomed over comms, followed by warning shots that rocked the hull. Alex jerked the controls, diving into the canyons. The pursuit was relentless, lasers streaking past, forcing evasive maneuvers that tested the shuttle's limits. Lira strapped into the co-pilot's seat, her starry eyes, now fully revealed as the disguise failed, scanning readouts. "Missile incoming, evade left now." He banked sharply, the projectile detonating against a rock face in a shower of debris. The G-forces pressed them back, but in the midst of it, Lira reached for his hand. "Alex, if we don't make it." "We will," he snarled, looping the shuttle in a daring inversion to line up a shot. His fingers danced over the weapon's console. A precise burst from the turret clipped the interceptor's wing, sending it spiraling into the sands in a fiery crash. The shuttle limped back to the haven, hull scorched and systems flickering. Commander Reyes met them on the pad with a security team, his face a mask of grim approval. "Solid work, you too. The intel's gold. Alliance is already planning countermeasures. But the radicals know your faces now. They'll come for you personally. Double guards on your quarters." Exhaustion crashed over them like a wave as they retreated to their home. Lira guided Alex to the bed, her healing aura fully engaged now, mending his wound with pulses of light. "You risked everything once more," she murmured, straddling his hips as she worked. Her ebony hair cascaded like a curtain, framing her concerned expression. "For us, for all this," he replied, his hands sliding up her thighs, pulling her closer. The tension of the chase morphed into desire. Clothes were shed with urgency, bodies pressing. Together in familiar harmony. Their lovemaking was intense, a release of pent-up fear and adrenaline. Her veins dancing in ecstatic patterns, illuminating the room. His scars traced by her fingers as if rewriting his past, thrusts and gasps building to a shared climax that left them trembling, entwined. Sleep came in fits, haunted by dreams of chains and explosions. Dawn brought renewed urgency. A holographic summons from Ambassador Hale. "The Radicals network runs deeper than we thought. Our analysts have pinpointed a primary base on Zorath Prime itself, hidden in the polar dunes. It's a fortified hive, buzzing with their leaders and arsenal. Striking there could expose their command structure, force the High Council to disavow them, and solidify the reforms." Lyra's veins fluxed wildly, a storm of colors betraying her turmoil. "My homeworld? To return as an infiltrator. It feels like betrayal, yet necessary. It's a volunteer op," the ambassador assured. "But your knowledge of Zorath terrain and customs makes you ideal. Alliance provides a stealth cruiser, commandos for backup." Alex locked eyes with her. "Your decision, Lira. I'm with you either way." She nodded, resolve hardening her features. "For the dissidents still suffering, for the future we're building, I will go." The hyperspace journey to Zorath Prime spanned days, a blur of stars streaking past the viewports. In the cruiser's cramped cabin, they found solace in each other, sharing stories of Alex's daring smuggling heists across asteroid belts, Lyra's recollections of stifled childhood in the tribal hives where aura touches were forbidden. Nights dissolved into passionate unions, her veins guiding his explorations to new heights of pleasure, his embraces drawing forth glows that painted the bulkheads in ethereal light. Cloaked arrival brought them to the polar dunes, endless white expanses under shimmering auroral skies, winds howling like banshees. Lyra's expertise navigated the ice formations, leading to the hidden hive entrance, a camouflaged burrow pulsing with guarded auras. Disguised as pilgrim wanderers, they infiltrated the labyrinthine tunnels, the air thick with incense and chants of purity. Overhearing strategy sessions in the central chamber revealed the full plot. A coordinated assault on multiple human outposts, timed to collapse the negotiations and incite war. Discovery struck suddenly, a guard sensing Lyra's unique aura flicker through her disguise. "Chandra, intruder! Seize them!" The fight was brutal, Alex's stun rod crackling against armored foes, Lyra's agile strikes exploiting Zorath weak points. They fled deeper into the ice warrens, alarms blaring, pursuers closing in. Cornered in a frozen alcove, the cold biting through their suits, Lira pressed against Alex. "If this is our end, it won't be," he vowed, capturing her lips in a searing kiss. Passion ignited despite the peril. Clothes parted, bodies joining in a defiant act of love. Her veins blazed, warming the space, patterns swirling in climax as they affirmed their union. Their distress beacon summoned Alliance commandos who stormed the base. Battles raged through tunnels, radicals captured, their leaders' confessions broadcast galaxy-wide. Returning to Haven as heroes, the reforms surged forward, Chandra abolished, dissidents streaming to safety. Months later, on their balcony under the twin suns' glow, Lira nestled against Alex. From outcast to catalyst. All because of your mercy. Our strength, he corrected, fingers interlacing with hers, veins and scars blended eternally. Their love, forged in adversity, bridged stars, mercy's spark igniting galactic change.